video is going to be a eye makeup tutorial on this eye look right here with some really dramatic falsies, winged liner, blue, red, white, all the American colors in honor of Memorial Day. Really festive, really season appropriate, and I hope you guys will find this helpful if you are looking for some inspiration for a Memorial Day celebration eye look. And yes, let's get right on into it. But wait, before you continue watching this video, please hit pause, go down, hit that little red subscribe button, because we want to expand the Marlee fam here on YouTube, and just do that before you do anything else. And also hit the bell so you'll be notified. And also, I wanted to say there was no Flashback Friday. I was sick, did not feel good, and I just was like, you know what, I would rather put out content that people actually want to watch, and I just think quantity over quality. So why put out kind of a crappy Flashback Friday when I could do something really cool for this coming Friday. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so we're going to start by taking our Tarte Shape Tape, and mine's in the color light because I'm about as fair as you get. And I'm going to take this on a concealer brush by Beau Gratches. You know I really like his brushes. And we're just going to dot a little bit on the back of our hand, like this. And just grab a little bit. Not too much, you don't want to overload your eye. There's concealer on my ear. Alright, and we're just going to start going in, and this is going to be kind of our eye primer. You can use an eye primer, but for more dramatic looks, I really like using a concealer because it's really going to cancel anything and everything out. And I just like to go all the way up to my brow, and I like my eyebrows already done. Do you know I'm doing this? And I'm going to take a dampened beauty blender and just kind of blot over where we put that concealer, because we want to make sure that it's not going to be like too much and crease. Then we're going to go into a translucent powder. I like the one by e.l.f. We're just going to take a brush and set kind of our concealer that we put on our eyes the same way you would do it if it was on your under eyes. And you really want to smooth out any creases with your finger, and then just kind of pat. And then I really like to take this by Bare Minerals. This is their Eye Bright little pigment, and it's just a really brightening kind of peachy toned white powder. And I like to take this on a fluffier brush. This is also by Beau Gratches. This is really good. This is his tapered blending brush, and I'm just going to go in, and we're just going to go over eye the same place where we put the setting powder, but this is going to help kind of really brighten our eye and just give it an even smoother base to start working with. And now it's time to start doing the color. To start, I'm going to take a shade out of the Alice Through the Looking Glass palette. Oh no, I stuck my finger in one of them. That's sad. This is Metamorphosis, and it's this light blue color, but if you look really closely, you'll notice it has some iridescent shimmer, but that really does not translate onto your eye. So we're going to take a little bit of this on that same Beau Gratches tapered blending brush, and we're going to start on our outer corner. Just right out here, and just start blending. And it's going to kind of be a weird color when you start, because when I first did this look, when I was practicing this look, I started with a brown and it made it even muddier looking. So I really like to just start with this blue right away for our transition shade. I'm spreading this blue out of it from like on a larger portion of my eye, but then when we get in here, I want it to be more dispersed on the outer corner, so I'm not going as, I guess, crazy with it. Just going to do this until we have it the intensity we want. And kind of a good trick to kind of get this like really fanned out look is to take, when you have a little bit on your brush, and just kind of fluff it upward just from your outer corner, and just go upward really lightly. Alright, now our blue is on, and it kind of looks weird right now, but that's okay, it'll look good later. We're going to take Bandersnatch, also from the Alice Through the Looking Glass palette. And with these colors, I know this palette isn't available anymore, but you can, it was just a kind of light to medium blue. Then we're taking more of a darker blue, and then we're going to use a navy. So it's just like kind of 3 tones of blue that we're using here, except because I know you guys can't get this anymore. And we're making sure to tap our excess off, and I don't have any face makeup on because we want to be able to wipe all of our fallout off. So we're doing our eyes first. So I'm going to take Bandersnatch, and I'm going to kind of do the same thing, but I'm not going to go as far in as I did with Metamorphosis. I'm keeping it very much in the outer 2/3 of my eye. And again, I'm putting it a little bit more. You can see I'm using like the whole top of the brush here. And then as we get in, I'm just really getting it more focused. And you can go all the way in, but just make sure you kind of have a clean brush because you don't want to get this everywhere. But this is the kind of the beauty of doing your eyes first. You can kind of just take your finger and just kind of clean it up, and you don't have to worry about messing anything up because you can just kind of like take a makeup wipe and like fix that if you want to. Now it's time to go in with our navy tone, and I don't know what's up with me and limited edition palettes today, but I'm taking dark navy out of the, I can't get it in the frame. I'm taking, is that dark navy? Yeah, I'm taking dark navy, which is this dark navy blue, but it's almost black, out of the Lorac Mega Pro 3 palette. Like I said, this was limited edition this past holiday 2016 season, but any dark navy will work, and I feel like it might be available in some of the other Lorac palettes. I'm not really sure. Now we're going to switch brushes, and we're going to go into our e.l.f. small crease brush because this is going to give us a much more precise application. And we're just going to tap into that dark navy shade. And you really want to build this up because especially if you're using a Lorac shadow, they can be very powdery and you don't want to get this. We want to keep this really concentrated. So we're really just going to start right about here. And you have to be really light and really careful with this color because it is super pigmented. This is like one of those cases where I feel like I could have used a little less pigmentation in the shadow. And we really just want to focus this on the outer third of our eye. So we're just using this and just really getting our outer corner and just deepening that up a little bit more. Now we're going to switch gears, and I'm going to take my my NYX shadow stick in Milk, and we're going to just kind of draw this all over our eye, even where we put that blue navy shade. Then we're going to take our same Beau Gracious brush and just blend this out, but you want to keep this shade on your lid because you don't want to mess up anything that's blended out into the crease. But we're laying this down kind of as a primer base for the shadows that will be coming next. Now on a flat, little bit of a smaller flat brush, so you can see the difference in the brush we used for the concealer, this one right here by Beau Gracious, and the brush we're going to use for this next shade. This one's a lot smaller. This is by Tarte, I believe. And we're going to go in that same dark navy shade. And tap off your excess there. And you're going to go right on this outer part of your eye right here and just really pack it on. I find I kind of have to pull my eyelid down a little bit because I'm not sure why, but like this part like of my eyelid tends to like crease. So if like my eyeshadow creases, that's where it creases. And if you're putting this on without kind of like, for me, if I'm putting this on without pulling my eyelid down, then I get a really weird line there. But you just want to kind of put this and follow your kind of angle you had started here. And you don't want to go like, you want to kind of section your eye into thirds. So this is like your first third, second third, and then like this is the third we're working with now. Just take our small crease brush and I'm just kind of blending this a little bit. So the navy blue is good to go, and this is why we do our eyes first because this cannot be fixed under here. So now we're going to start playing with color other than blue. I'm actually going to take this red shade. I don't know what this is called. It was from like a really big holiday palette, and I did kind of like I have it in a Z palette, so I honestly don't know what it is, but it's this it's just a matte red shadow. That's all it is. You could even use a really pigmented blush for this. It's just this little red shadow right here. It's kind of an orangey red, but it works. And I'm going to just take that same type of flat shadow brush like we used for the blue. If you're using the same brush, make sure you clean it off because that could be bad. And I'm just going to go into this red shade and really pack that on my inner corner. But we're leaving the very middle of our lid completely bare. Very lightly blend over these edges. And now we're going to take a really shimmery white, and this is Snow from the Lorac Mega Pro 3 palette, but I know MAC makes one. I mean, shimmery whites are pretty common, so you shouldn't have a huge issue finding one. And I'm literally just going to take this on my finger, on my ring finger, and I'm just going to pack it right in the lid so that it's literally a stripe, and it looks absolutely insane. And then again, just with our small crease brush, we're just gonna kind of drag it right over the edge there just to blend things a little bit. Right, and don't be afraid to add like a little more red or a little bit more blue until you get kind of that red, white, and blue effect that we are going for here. So now I'm taking a more dense blending brush. This is another e.l.f. brush. This is their professional blending eye brush, and we're literally just going to go over this. We don't really want this to be a triangular point. We want it to be a little bit more diffuse than that. We don't want it too pointy right there. We still want that nice edge, but we don't want it like super pointed. So we're just gonna kind of go over anywhere we put eyeshadow, like along the border. I don't like to mess with my lid too much because I really like what's going on there. Then I'm going to take a matte shade. This is by Stila. This is Chinoise, and it's this matte kind of brightening yellow creamy shade, and I'm just gonna go into that. And we're just gonna go along the border of our eyeshadow. Then we're going to take that shimmery white, which I use Snow by Lorac, and we can just take this on your blending brush, and we're just gonna use it under our brow bone as our brow bone highlight. And I like kind of more intense brow bone highlight for this because it is red, white, and blue, so a little bit of a shimmery white never hurt anyone. So before we go in with our liner, I like to take a makeup wipe and just clean everything up because it's harder to clean up once you have liner on. So I'm just gonna kind of clean up under eye a little bit, around this area a little bit there, and we're just gonna get any excess fallout. I'm gonna start with this Prestige Cosmetics Liquid Eyeliner Extreme Long Lasting Waterproof Liner in Azure. I can never say that, A-Z-U-R-E. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna do a wing, kind of like you see on the other side here. And these liners suck. I'm just putting that out there. Do not buy these liners. Buy something similar in just a navy blue liquid liner because these don't stay on. We're gonna make them stay on. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a wing with this liner. All right, so we kind of did a little bit of a wing there, and now we're going to top it with another liner. This is also by Prestige. This is in Big Teal, and it's another one of their liquid liners. But these liners just flake. But I'm layering this because I wanted a little bit of a shimmery navy. I didn't want a teal color, but I didn't want just a plain navy, so I wanted to add something more. So I'm going to just go over my wing with this brighter teal color. All right, so we just went over a wing. And I don't really want the most intense wing. Like, I want a little bit of a wing here, but I don't want the liner to be the complete, like, center point of the whole look. Then this is just kind of our secret ingredient. This is by Laura Geller. This is the iFX Waterproof Liner and Lash Top Coat in City Lights. And it looks like a just clear, like, eyeliner. But if you look really closely, it has little chunks of iridescent glitter, which when I first got this, I was like, no. Why would I want to coat my beautiful black liner with iridescent chunky glitter? This adds dimension to this look, and since we have a shimmery liner going, it adds really nice dimension. So we're going to coat the wing with this. Now we're going to apply under eye concealer just where we would normally put it, because we're not going to be able to do it after we do glitter, as shown kind of like here. We're not really going to want to do that after we do glitter, because it'll get everywhere in our concealer. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some under eye concealer and powder, and I will be right back. So I have my concealer applied, and now we're back to the eyes. I'm just going back into my Milk Shadow Stick from NYX, and I'm just going to line my lower lash line with this white color. This is a Danielle brush, and this is their eyeliner brush. It's just a flat liner brush, and it's kind of tiny. And we're just going to go into some cosmetic glitter. So this works best if you have red glitter, but I swear I had red cosmetic glitter, but apparently I do not. So we're using pink, and then we're going to top it with a red shadow, which I was going to do anyway, and just pack it on our lower lash line. now on that same brush, I'm just going into the same red color we used and just stamp it on our lower lash line. We're just going to go in with a little bit of mascara, and we're just going to go on our upper and lower lashes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and apply the rest of my makeup, my face makeup, and all that jazz, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so the rest of my makeup is on, and I was really careful to not disturb this concealer because we had already powdered that area. And now, just to top everything else, I'm going to apply some of these Lashes by Kiss. These are the Kiss Ever Easy Lashes in 01. Alrighty guys, this is the completed eye look. I hope you all enjoyed. This is with the Kiss #1 falsies. I feel like this makeup look for me is so outside my comfort zone. Usually I don't wear blue eyeshadow at all. I like reds, but no blue eyeshadow. Usually don't use glitter, and I usually don't do false lashes. I just don't. And I usually do not do wing liner. I do not like wing liner on myself. But I really love how this came out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial on this, it's the 4th of July. Hold your horses. This Memorial Day eye look, and it's not even Memorial Day for me, so this is extra out of place, but that's okay, because it'll be Memorial Day when you're watching this. And I hope you give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this eye look. Comment down below what you guys are doing for Memorial Day, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye! Glitter my eye! Azure. This color right here. Ow, glitter my eye.